Welcome to today's video, where we're going to explore a crucial topic related to Firestore transactions. If you're developing applications that rely on Firestore as their backend, this video is for you. We'll be diving into the retry behavior of Firestore transactions and how it might not match your expectations based on the documented limit. Firestore transactions are a powerful tool for ensuring data consistency in your application. They allow you to perform multiple reads and writes as a single, all, or nothing operation. However, when dealing with transactions, understanding the behavior under failure conditions is vital. In this video, we'll break down how Firestore handles transaction retries and why it might not always align with the limits you've set or expect. To understand the retry behavior of Firestore transactions, let's first consider what happens during a transaction. When you start a transaction, Firestore creates a temporary view of your database at that moment in time. This ensures that any reads performed within the transaction see a consistent snapshot of the data, unaffected by concurrent changes. However, when it comes to writing data back to the database, Firestore needs to ensure that these writes are atomic and follow the rules you've defined for data integrity. If a write fails due to contention, another client trying to update the same document, or other temporary conditions, Firestore automatically retries the transaction up to a certain limit. The critical aspect here is understanding what this retry means in practice. While it might seem straightforward that if a transaction exceeds its retry limits, it should fail and return an error to your application, the reality involves more nuances. Specifically, Firestore's retry mechanism doesn't strictly adhere to the conventional notion of a limit. Instead, it employs a strategy designed to balance between giving up too quickly and persisting for too long. For instance, if you've set a high timeout value or are dealing with particularly slow operations within your transaction, Firestore may attempt more retries than you expect. This is because its decision to retry isn't solely based on the number of attempts, but also considers factors like elapsed time since the first failure and the nature of the error encountered. Moreover, it's essential to distinguish between client-side and server-side retries. Client-side retries are those initiated by your application code in response to errors or timeout. Server-side retries conversely occur within Firestore itself as part of its attempt to fulfill a transaction request without returning an immediate failure. Understanding this distinction is crucial for debugging and tuning the performance of your Firestore transactions. If you're seeing unexpected retry behavior, it might be due to either client-side logic or server-side mechanisms that don't perfectly align with your expectations. Firestore transactions involve automatic retries under certain conditions. The retry limit isn't strictly enforced. Instead, a balance is sought between persistence and giving up. Distinguish between client-side and server-side retries for effective debugging and performance tuning. Understand that transaction behavior may not always match documented limits due to the dynamic nature of retries. In Firestore transactions offer powerful consistency guarantees, but require a nuanced understanding of their retry behavior. By grasping how and why Firestore retries transactions differently than what might be expected from simple limit settings, you can design more robust and resilient applications. If you found this explanation helpful or have further questions on how to manage Firestore transactions effectively in your application, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if it helped clarify an important concept for you, and consider subscribing for more content on optimizing database operations and application performance. Thank you for watching.